Hey Radical Nurses, this is Vanessa Shields Haas, and I'm doing a video blog tonight about the Poor People's Campaign. I hope that you like this different format. I've got some notes that I might refer to, but I'm going to try to just keep this brief, succinct, and to try to look at you guys most of the time. So the reason that I wanted to do this is because Dr. Reverend William Barber came to New Orleans, where I live, last week to talk about the Poor People's Campaign. And I was just really inspired by it, and there were so many relevant aspects to the talk and what he's trying to do to nursing and nurses and social justice and so much of what we care about. So I just really thought it was important to talk to you guys about it if you hadn't heard about the Poor People's Campaign. So the original Poor People's Campaign was started by Martin Luther King Jr. In 1968, and he had like a three-pronged approach. Talked about racism, talked about poverty, and he talked about militarism. What Dr. Reverend William Barber is doing is he's picking up on that platform. And Dr. Barber is a amazing person. He's from North Carolina. He used to head the NAACP in North Carolina. He's a Protestant minister, and he really kicked off, you might have heard of it back in 2013, the Moral Mondays in North Carolina, where it was this broad coalition of progressives, including multi-denominational religious faiths coming together to talk about civil rights issues, immigrant rights, LGBTQ rights, voting rights, access to clean air, clean water, and clean land, so environmental justice topics, and just this profound movement in North Carolina. And Dr. Barber decided that he was going to start the Poor People's Campaign, or restart it, and talking about 5 different areas instead of the 3 that Dr. King talked about. Now he's talking about systemic racism, systemic poverty, militarization, economical devastation, and the false narratives of religious nationalism. So some really heavy topics. It's a nationwide campaign, and really what he's trying to do is mobilize the poor. He's starting a movement, and the agenda comes from a moral standpoint. And he has a multi-faith and multiracial movement behind him. And he's talking about things like living wages, universal health care, immigrant rights, LGBTQ rights, reforming the criminal justice system, talks about public education and access. He talks about clean air, clean water, clean land, environmental justice issues. Really what he's talking about is a third Reconstruction, with this idea that Reconstruction didn't work, that politically we're operating from fear-based, a fear-based narrative politically, and it's really a critique and a challenge of the status quo, of the status quo broadly. So this agenda, this movement, it's not a politically right or left issue. He's trying to talk about bringing people together, talking about the current political climate, and that the current national leadership, our national leadership in the U.S., is more of a symptom of a larger problem, the problem being an impoverished democracy. And we're talking about a nation with incredible potential, but an identity crisis. So I really urge you to take a look at the Poor People's Campaign. Each state has a Poor People's Campaign website that you can join and learn about what's going on in your state, and talking about those 5 issues and how they apply to your community. And take a look at the website, the Poor People's Campaign, and read up a little bit about Dr. Reverend William Barber. And I hope that you're as inspired by him and the Poor People's Campaign as I am. All right, till next time. Bye.